Woo! I see you guys are masked up there. Excuse me. I was really happy. Obviously we're 1-0. And we talked all week just about coming out and making a statement. And I told the guys probably about a week and a half ago, maybe 2.5 weeks ago, I guess when camp broke, when we started working on Austin Peay, that we were going to come out and make a statement. And since I've been here, I felt like we haven't come out and exploded against anybody. We've, I don't want to say play down, but the big emphasis was today to come out and play up. And we were going to, show that we were a different football team and really make a statement to the country about who we are and what kind of weapons we have on, really all three phases of the game. Obviously, we had some guys, that didn't play today or were absent. I'm not going to talk about those guys. Talk about the guys that are here. And again, you guys know what's going on. You guys know what the climate is. There might be somebody missing in the box out of you guys as well. So, it's kind of the age we're in. I'd also just comment, I've never ever in 31 years of coaching, played 10-minute second quarters. That came about at halftime. I think Jerry, the head official, talked to Dennis Hennigan back in, I guess, ACC headquarters, and I had to agree to it, and Austin Peay really wanted to play. At first, it was like, hey, we're only going to play a 10-minute fourth quarter. And then about 2 minutes later, before the half was over, they came in and said, Austin Peay wants to just play 2 10-minute quarters. And I said, hey, I can understand. It was out of control at that time. But we had, I think, 70 different players play today. And obviously had some guys absent. We could have played more. But it was a great experience. We got a chance to get Davis Bevel out there and Joey Yellen. And some backups in there that, I told them at halftime, this is an opportunity. You guys want to play more? Show me something. So we'll look at the tape. Wasn't obviously as clean, at least offensively, as I'd like it to be. I thought defensively did some good things. I mean, you saw Dayon Hayes, our little hometown hero, come in there and get 2 sacks. One was a strip sack. And so there was a lot of good things. I mean, we got to look at that tape and maybe we got to find a place for, Dayon to come in there and get a pass rush because he had a heck of a speed rush early against their twos, of course. But overall, hey, we're 1-0, and I'm excited about where we are. Questions?
Pat, how important was it to just get through the first game, going through the new protocols and being in front of no crowd? Do you think it'll put your players' mind at ease just having gone through it once?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I certainly think that going through this thing for the first time and going down and singing to the Panther Pit because we hope they're there in the future as well was important. But every day is a step in this COVID-19 era, and we know what the atmosphere is out there, and our kids have done a heck of a job, guys. Again, my hat goes out to our football team and what they've done. You've looked around the country and see what's going on at Memphis and Virginia Tech, and our kids are doing it right. And I thought maybe we'd have everybody out here today, but we're excited to be able to definitely get that thing done, Amanda.
Pat, with your 7 absentees, was there any concern about maybe not playing the game today?
I'm sorry, Jerry?
I think with your 7 absentees, 7 guys didn't play, was there any concern about maybe not playing the game because of that?
No, not at all. Not at all. We weren't even close to that. Not even close.
Pat, are you anticipating having those guys for next week?
I do anticipate, having everybody, and like I said, I'm not going to really talk about it because you could have somebody else missing. I mean, shoot, next week Jerry might not be with us, so wear your mask and be safe out there. That was really, excuse me, that was really my message to our football team is, you've earned the right to play 1 game, now earn the right to play 2. Thank you.
Well, you said that you didn't, the offense needs to clean up a little bit. What about the first half, though, specifically? Your first team offense. You feel that was a pretty clean effort?
I thought it was very clean. Obviously, we still had a couple drop balls, but I thought it was as clean as we've looked. And like I said, I wanted to make a statement. I thought our run game looked, solid. We played a lot of tailbacks today. I thought our O-line did an outstanding job of blocking, and then Kenny was sharp. Kenny put the ball where it needed to be, 99% of the time, and that's, there's a lot of decisions to make back there at the quarterback spot. So I thought our one offense was very, very sharp.
Was that a different mentality than you've had in these games in the past 4 years?
It was, and that's what I said. Where are we? Who are we? And again, that was 2 weeks ago. We talked about it. We talked about it on Tuesday, our first practice, about coming out and playing our game, not playing somebody else's game. and that's what I think. I think Austin Peay is a good football team, but when we play up to our level, that's what an opener should look like. Probably one of our biggest margins of victory since I've been here. And like I said, we've going back to Youngstown State when we went in an overtime. Delaware was a tight one. I know Kenny didn't play in that game last year. I look at Eastern Michigan where we just kind of play hard enough just to win the football game. And I wanted to prove that this 2020 team was a different team, and they really are. And the attitude all week in practice, they shrug everything off and let's go, coach. They're ready to go.
Coach, 8 of the 20 completions Kenny made went to Georgia Sadison. Could you just talk about the impact he had as a freshman and going forward?
Yeah, I mean, and he could have probably had 9. So, I know he's, kicking himself in the butt. He's a good football player. I kind of think I've given you guys a preview of what he could be, and I think he's only going to get better every down. I mean, the scary part is him back there catching the punts, and for a freshman to go back there and catch punts, I mean, as a head coach, that's the one thing that's a little scary putting a guy back there. But he was, he was outstanding.
Pat, I know one of the most important things you want to get through this game pretty healthy. It seemed like you did. Hobble went down. You have an update on him?
Yeah, I don't talk about injuries, but Hobble went down, and we'll evaluate that.
Is there an update on Lucas Kroll?
You guys know I don't talk about injuries, but we expect to have Lucas back next week, and we were playing safe with him today. He could have gone if he wanted to, and I shouldn't say if he wanted to. If we wanted him to, we chose to hold him and get him 100%. I didn't want 99% Lucas Kroll. I wanted 100% Lucas Kroll, and he'll be ready to go for the ACC opener.
Taser Mac.
Taser Mack will be ready too. Hope. You guys ask a lot of injury questions.
Did one running back kind of stick out more than the others today?
You know what? I'm looking just at the sheet sitting in front of me. I mean, I thought they all did some good things. We'll find out, obviously when the twos got out there and twos and a halves, whatever it may be. Like I said, we played a lot of guys. Vince Davis made some people miss. The running backs held onto the ball. It looks like Vince Davis had 2 touchdowns, but, it looks like he had the most carries. But, Izzy was, impressive. I thought A.J. Davis was really good early. Again, we just didn't, we were able to play a lot of guys, and I think that's the best part of this football game today.
How about Kenny running the ball?
He told me I'm gonna, if that shoulders of that guy turns, I'm taking it, and he did. So he's a guy that can run with the football. We got a lot of confidence in him. There might be more where that came from.
Hey, Pat, you had talked some about when to show that this team is different, as far as how it beats, a lower level opponent by a lot in their first game. What to you are the biggest differences with this team compared to some of the previous ones you've had?
Yeah, I mean, we got 4 captains that are, making sure the message gets across to everybody. I think it comes down to your senior leadership. This is a senior Latin team, and just the leadership of our football team. I always say the best teams are teams that are led by their seniors and their captains, and again, our captains have done a great job at leading them, making sure this, what the standard was going to be today and what the standard is going to be for 2020.
You talked about playing 70 players and getting a bunch of guys in. Is there somebody that maybe stood out to you from the twos and twos and a half groups that showed you something maybe in a game setting we haven't necessarily seen in practice?
It's until I get to watch the tape and really, evaluate it. It's hard to say. I mean, the guy that sticks out to me was, it was Dayon Hayes, as I mentioned already. Bengali at linebacker kind of, did some things out there. He's got a little attitude to him. Offensively, it was good to get Gonsalves out there, which I think we had, some high hopes for. Owen Drexel, some guys that haven't played a lot of football here that got a chance to go in there. We're going to, evaluate it and make sure they get better next week because, you may need everybody. You look at, Brandon George played a little fullback today as well. It's a little package we've been working on. So, Brandon George played both sides of the ball. He played about just every special team, so he's an asset for us.
Coach, earlier this week you expressed your frustration with the testing process. Now that you've gone through a full game day experience with that process, obviously with what happening, what are your thoughts on the process as a whole?
The process has worked, and we got to trust the process. We're going to listen to our doctors and listen to what goes on. So, Again, I can't say there's frustration with the process because there is really no frustration with the process. It's the just waiting for test results and all that to come back. That's the hardest thing. The process is a process. It's pretty simple. As far as what we do, it's just the 3 testing. It's like it becomes a major process, and UPMC and the CDC is put some protocols in that are outstanding in allowing our football team to play safely, and that's the most important thing. If we've got to go out there with 22 players, as long as we have 22 players playing safely, that's the most important thing because we know the climate out there, we know what's going on. And like I said, when games start getting canceled and you hear pregame that Virginia Tech has a problem down there, you just kind of look at each other like, hey, Pitt could be next, and we don't want to be next. And again, like I said, that was our message to our football team to go out there, tonight, go to your room, put your mask on, and do things the right way because everybody's susceptible. Anything can happen, and we want to make sure that doesn't happen to the Pitt Panthers.
Pat, you had Kenny that he had obviously had a big game today, but how did you feel about his approach to the entire week? Just as a leader, I've heard a lot about how he's been helping young players like Jordan Addison. He connected twice big time for DJ. He just got there, he did the whole game, and he managed everything as a leader.
He did a great job. I mean, you don't go out there and be that explosive. We wanted to be explosive. He was explosive. Some of the things we did, in the passing game, we're going to open up our run game. He was on fire, and again, he led our offense. He's the key to our offense. He's a captain, but he's been a leader for the last 3 years, and again, he's going to be a great leader now as a captain and a quarterback. He did an outstanding job. I don't know if he could have played any better than Kenny Pickett played today.